So, you think you're fighting for your marriage. You do, don't you? You think you're showing them that your love is unconditional. Like you think that narcissists, the toxic people, just want unconditional love, and you think that's enough for them. But as someone that is diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, I can tell you straight up right now, when you chase after me, when you chase me after I've disrespected you, after I've done something to you, after I've cheated on you, lied to you, manipulated you, whatever, I don't see love from you. I see that as a permission slip to keep doing whatever I've been doing. The more you chase, the more permission you give me to continue my toxic narcissistic behavior. The more you chase after a narcissist, the more they feel like, well, it's okay because the black and white thinking, right? It's truly black and white thinking. If you like, think about it like this: if you chase a like, if in the mind of a narcissist, if everything is either all good or all bad, then if you're chasing after me, right? If you're chasing after me, then it must be all good, right? Think about it like that. If you're chasing me, it must be all good. Because it can't be bad, right? Because I wouldn't chase after somebody that's bad. I wouldn't do that. That's not how my mind works, right? That's not how I operate in this space and whatnot. So if you're thinking about it like this, that's the mentality. That's where it goes to right there. That's how narcissistic people's minds work right there, y'all. Truly, it does. That's truly how it works. You know, the delusions are out of this world. Yeah, the delusions are completely out of this world. So today that's what we're talking about, y'all. Today we're talking about why narcissists want you to chase them and how your pursuit of them is actually the final seal of approval on the toxicity, on the manipulation, on the lying, on the cheating, on the abuse. And I know, y'all, I understand that it sounds counterintuitive. It sounds ignorant as hell, even when I say it out loud, right? Even when I'm saying this out loud, I know it's counterintuitive to normal human logic, right? Normal human logic means that hey, I'm chasing you, so I care about you. Let's work this out. Narcissistic logic says, hey, you're chasing me. If we work it out, that means I'm right about everything. You can't bring up the bad stuff. You can't bring up the horrible behaviors. You can't bring up the toxicity. You don't get to do that because why would you do that if you're going to still talk to me, right? What's going on, Anna? You don't get to do that if you're still going to talk to me. And that's the mentality that goes into it right there. You know, I had to take my ex to court. She was heated because she tried to weaponize my child. Yep, it happens right there. It really does happen. So before you contact that toxic narcissistic person, before you reach out to that narcissist, make sure that it's like, because in my mind, if you contact me, if you reach out to me, you're okay with what I have done. It's like, y'all remember how when we were kids, right? When we were kids, you had to go to your parents and ask them to sign that permission slip. Hey, mom. Hey, mommy. Can you please sign my permission slip so I can go to Washington, D.C., please? So I can go to D.C. with the kids, with the class. Can you please sign my report card, please? Please? And they would sign it, right? That's what you're doing to a narcissist. When you chase after them, you're like, can you sign? I'll sign your permission slip, right? You don't want to keep doing it, y'all, because the more you go back, the worse it gets. You did make your first live. What's up? The more you go back, the worse it gets. And I think everybody understand that right there. You've been so helpful in my healing journey. Yay. That's always the goal right there, is to help as many people as possible on their journeys, right? And whatnot. So we're gonna keep going right into it, y'all. We'll talk about the forgiveness delusion, the delusion of forgiveness, right? Narcissistic logic says, if I treat you like garbage and you still want to be with me, it means that whatever I did to you, whatever I put you through, whatever I said to you, it wasn't that bad. It can't be, right? In my head, you reaching out to me, you breaking no contact, you chasing me, it's your forgiveness. That's what it means to me. You chasing me, you contacting me after you tell me never to talk to you again. That's you forgiving me, is it not? Like, that's how the mind of a narcissist works. That's you forgiving me. You just taught me that the price of admission back into the relationship is zero. I can come and go as I please. I can come in and go as I please. That's that mindset of a narcissist right there. I can come in, leave, dip out, do what I need to do as much as I please. Because why can't I? Why can't I? Well, you shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, I know you shouldn't be able to do that. But in the mind of a narcissist is why can't I do that? Right? Why can't I? You reached out to me. You contacted me. Why can't I do that? You're welcome. You're welcome, Fern Leah. When I see your name, I see Fern Leah. I think of Fern Gully. I'm aging myself. Y'all remember Fern Gully back in the day? The rainforest, the forest, the magical forest. Old Fern Gully. Morning, morning, morning. Lord, I'm going through that now. Yeah, you're going when you're going through this stuff, this is what's going to happen, y'all. When you're dealing with a toxic, narcissistic person, this is part of what happens right here. They're going to use you. They're going to abuse you. They're going to put you through the ring. They're going to put you through. They're going to put you through hell, right? They're going to put you through hell just for being with them. Oh, you want to be with me? This is what you got to do. You want to deal with me? You want to talk to me? This is what you got to put up with. This is what you got to put up with, right? This is what you do. This is the mindset. This is the mentality. This is how it goes right there. This is the space that you fall into when you're dealing with a narcissistic person. It is. And that's why I just tell people, I want y'all. I don't think I understand how much I want y'all to win, right? And y'all know, I really, really, truly want y'all to win. Like, there's nothing more I want from y'all than to help y'all win. But this is what you got to understand right here, that narcissistic people are going to keep doing this type of stuff over and over again. It doesn't get better. Why would it? Why would it? The forgiveness delusion. Like, I think it's all forgiven. This is why, think about it like this, y'all. This is why I would learn Fern Gully. Yeah, there you go. This is why somebody says he's 63 years old. Does this ever end? No, typically they get worse as they get older, right? The older they get, the worse they get because they're so steeped in their delusions. This is why, like I said, when you go back, and like I said, a lot of y'all can attest to this. When you go back, it gets progressively worse. It doesn't get better. It might be better for a little while, but it gets progressively worse. This is why when you go back, right? This is why when you go back, you can't bring up what's happened. You can't bring up what's happened for Melissa. What's going on? You can't bring up what you've been through or what they did to you. Why are you bringing this up? You know what I mean? Why would you bring this up when you came back to me? You can't talk about that anymore. Stop bringing up the past if you came back to me. And the crazy thing about it is, even if they lie to you about wanting to talk about it, even if they just say, yeah, we can talk about that when you come back. Like, even if they say that, that doesn't mean you're going to be able to talk about it. I promise you. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to talk about it. Yeah, they can say that all day. But do they mean it? Is anything going to happen in that space right there? Anybody can say anything, right? Anybody can say anything, but that's not going to change right there. Tammy said, what's going on, girl? How many times have I heard, stop bringing up the past? We can't move forward if we keep talking about the past. I would say because the issue has not been resolved. It had, but yeah, I know what you're saying, Tammy. And that's right. And that's true. But in his mind, in the mind of a narcissistic person, it has been resolved because we're back together. Is it always demonic? I don't necessarily think it's demonic. It's just not my perspective. I know everybody's had their belief and whatnot. I don't think it's demonic. I can see why people would think it's demonic. Though. I understand the mentality of like, it's demonic, the demons, right? I can understand that. I definitely get, trust me, I definitely get that right there. I get why people think it's demonic and has something to do with the demons and whatnot. I truly do get that. Yeah, that's why I don't chastise people. I crack jokes. Y'all know me. I just make jokes. The next thing is the lack of accountability, y'all. Once you chase them, once you go back to them, once you reach out, once you break no contact, once they catch you looking at their social media, chasing removes the need for me to apologize. Ever. You chasing after me removes the need for me to apologize. Ever. Why would I say I'm sorry for something that you're clearly willing to overlook just to stay in my life? And I know that might hurt some people to hear, but that's how some narcissists think right there. Why would I say I'm sorry for something that I think you're okay with? You know what I mean? That's that mentality right there. Why would I apologize for something that you're sticking around for, that you're battling through with me? You know what I'm saying? That you're battling through with me. What's going on, Barbados? What up? I blocked her on everything. Even the PS5 is slick. That's slick. You don't want her. You don't want her to pop. You playing Fortnite and they pops up. Her username pops up like clunk. It might trigger you. You might miss a shot, right? You might have her. You might be on a sniper rifle, gunning by the gun somebody down, like, oh, bow, you get hit. The shame monster they avoid at all costs. Absolutely true. Avoiding the shame monster that pops up at all costs. I believe that's absolutely truth right there. You know what I mean? That's what happens. I love Fortnite. Yeah. But this is what goes on right here. It's a part of it, man. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want they like seriously. If you come back to me, you to me, that little you chase me, that's literally saying you don't need to be accountable. So before you reach out to that narcissistic person, ask yourself, do I want them to be accountable? Because if I reach out to them, then I don't necessarily care about the accountability. If y'all join on YouTube, shout out to everybody watching on YouTube and some people on Facebook. I think that's my on Twitch too, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, if y'all on YouTube, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button or drop a comment as well. We're gonna do a Q&A in a few minutes. And whatnot. We're gonna do a Q&A in a few minutes before I had to go get my son and whatnot. But after, like I said, the lack of accountability slides in. Next comes the ego. Y'all, you chasing a narcissist gives them a high, an ego high, a high of the ego. It's like getting a hit of your favorite substance, right? Yeah, it's like the validation of power. The chase, you chasing me proves to me that I am the prize in the relationship. You chasing your narcissist, your toxic partner, your toxic ex, it proves to them, and I know it sounds silly, it just proves to them that they feel like you, this is honestly how they feel. They feel like they are the prize because you're chasing after them. You're pursuing me. I'm the prize here, right? Because I feel like I'm the prize, then that's what goes on. That's what ends up happening. Yeah, think about that, man. I'm just telling you, there's so many things you got to think about right here. So many things you have to think about. Like you're proving like that they're above you and you're beneath them because you're chasing them, right? That's why I like, yeah, and be realistic. Some narcissists, a lot of narcissists want you to chase them because they do want you back, but they don't want to feel like they have to grovel to you or beg you to come back to them, right? They don't want to be the ones that beg and plead. They want you to do that. Because if you do that, you see what I'm saying? Then I don't have to beg and plead. I don't have to grovel. I don't have to do any of that. You're begging and pleading and whatnot, right? Because absolutely, yes, they can absolutely be envious. Most narcissists are jealous and envious, yes. But yeah, that's how it goes right there. So before you chase them, ask yourself, are they the prize? Some of y'all might just say, yeah, they are the prize. And I get that. I know what the minds is sometimes, right? Another thing that happens with the ego high is like they feel like you chasing a narcissist is going to sound weird. Can make them feel safe, right? You chasing a narcissist can absolutely make them feel safe. As long as you are chasing after me, I'm in control, right? As long as you're chasing that narcissistic ex, they are in control. I can stop, turn around, or keep running. You know what I mean? And if I stop and turn around and allow you to catch me for a little while, I can leave again. As long as you chase me, I don't like you chasing me kind of damn near satiates my fear of abandonment. Think about it like that. If a narcissist has a fear of abandonment and you're always chasing them, then I don't think you're ever going to abandon me. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? You see how crazy that works right there? Like, I don't think you're ever going to abandon me because this is how it works right here, right? This is the mindset. This is the mentality. This is how it goes. Like, baby steps, man. Like I said, you have to take the baby steps in the right direction, of course, in order to make things shake, in order to make it happen. But that's a piece of it, man. It's a piece of it. You have to stop chasing. I know a lot of y'all want to chase, like, Lee, I want to chase him. I miss him. And that's understandable. That's 100,000% understandable that you're chasing. You want to chase them. You want to hit that. How do I say this? Without talk about illicit substances or drugs, whatever, right? It's you want to get a bump or toke. You want to hit the bong. You want to hit the narcissistic bong, right? You want to hit the bong. You want to hit the bong. What's going on, Jessica? 806 days. Damn, it's been that long. Damn. What? Damn, that's over 2. Damn, good for you, man. Good for you. That's crazy. 806. That sounds like the title of your new rap album right there, Jessica. 806. You have a fitted cap on, chilling. Which I saw the picture you posted earlier with the snow goggles on. 806. But you have to keep changing it though, right? Because the no contact doesn't stop. You're not gonna break it. You have to keep it. You have to keep it going. 806 dot dot dot. Whatever it is right there. So I know everybody wondering, y'all, how do you kill the chase? How do you how do you kill the chase? Yeah, you got to pause. Take a break, man. I feel like there's power in pausing. There's power in stillness, right? There's a lot of power in stillness. The only way to make a narcissist look back is to stop following them. Is to stop chasing them. As long as, like, just imagine this. As long as they're hearing your footsteps behind them, they don't got to look back. They hear you. Look, they hear your feet behind them. They hear you behind them. They don't have to look back. Oh, she's still after me. He's still running behind me. I know I don't have to stop. And sooner or later, they don't hear those taps anymore. I'm like, you stop running. What you stop running for? You see what I'm saying? That's where it goes right there. You gotta stop. You gotta stop chasing them. That's when the narcissistic panic sets in because you're no longer chasing them. And then guess what happens? Guess what happens? The reverse discard might backfire. Guess what happens? Guess what the mind goes to? You have someone else. That's literally where the mind of a narcissist goes. You have someone else. It can't just be you just stop chasing me. You have someone else. So now I might turn around and reach out to you. You must be sucking somebody else off right now, don't you? That's why you're not chasing me. That's why you're not chasing me. Appreciate the donation to the channel. Gang Green Thumb. 1,238 days, no contact. She's hoovered 7 times. Damn, that sounds like Samara from The Ring. 7 days. 7 times. Oh my God. Good for you. Good for you. That's incredible right there. Like I said, y'all, I'm proud of y'all because stay in no contact with somebody who hurts you, and sometimes you feel like they get away with stuff. You know what I mean? It can suck sometimes, y'all. So be proud of yourself. So thank you for sharing that. Seriously. Also, thank you, mommy. Thank you for the donation to the channel too. It says, what if they tell you they hate you and they would rather go to another man or anything else? He didn't want the kids either. But now that I left, he misses the kids, even though he neglected us. Because now you see how that literally what just happened. Literally what I was just talking about happened. You stopped chasing. He didn't hear those footsteps anymore. You stopped calling him, wanting him to see the kids. You stopped contacting him. You stopped reaching out to him. And now all of a sudden he's like, I want my family back. I miss my boys. Girl, dad. I want it all. I want all you back. You see what I'm saying? That's where the mind goes because you're no longer chasing. You're no longer reaching out. That's literally what happens right there. There's not saying that he did. Like I said, sometimes people like that come back into your life just to neglect you again. They want to make sure that you're still neglectable. They'll come back into your life. All I want is my family back. They'll take a family picture and they'll dip out again. You'll feel it too. You'll feel it. You won't trust it anyway, but you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You're like, this don't feel right. And then it's kind of like you have this confirmation bias. When they start acting up again, you be like, I knew it. I knew it. I know your ass wouldn't change. I knew you still the same bastard. Right. And that happens too right there. You know what I mean? That stay empowered in that situation right there. Well, good for you though. Like seriously. Cause like it's tough in these situations when you want, especially when you have kids and you want to chase after them to try to have them in your kid's life at least, and they're still running from you. Sometimes you got to stop chasing, right? Sometimes they'll come back and try to parent. Sometimes they won't. But I think just for me, both of these are abusive, right? Neglect and absence are both traumatic experience, can both be abusive to your children, right? But I feel like I would rather you not be around for me than to just be popping it in and out, right? That's how I feel. I know some people are going to have differing opinions on that right there, and I understand it. Both neither can be right, neither would be wrong for me. I get both parts of it, right? Because there's sometimes absence. I mean, the in and out does work because now I see you just neglectful bastard. I don't want anything to do with you, right? So that can happen as well, y'all. So another way to stop you from chasing them, y'all, it just increase the self-love, increase the self-compassion, increase the self-respect. You have to realize that chasing someone that is running away from you, chasing after an abuser, chasing after someone that hurt you, that's like a form of self-betrayal. You're betraying yourself because you know you shouldn't be doing it, right? That's why you're not running full speed. You're jogging after them. You're not running full speed. Some of y'all might be running full speed, but you're not running. You feel like you're not running full speed. You're not giving your all because you know you're not supposed to be doing it, right? It's like you are telling your brain that you aren't worth being. You are telling your own brain that you are not worth being pursued, right? Right. There's power. I promise y'all, there's so much power in stillness. There's so much power in stillness and whatnot, and that doesn't serve anybody, right? So you got to say you have to empower yourself in those situations right there. You know what I mean? So I got a few minutes to answer some questions. If y'all have some questions, make sure you can drop them in the chat right now. Again, y'all appreciate the donation to the channel. There was something else I was going to say. I was going to add to this one as well because I forgot about the hate part. What if they tell you that they hate you? Typically, narcissistic people hate how you make them feel about themselves. It's not the fact that they hate. Now, some of them do hate you, right? Some of them do hate you because you exposed them. You cracked their ego, whatever. But a lot of narcissists hate how you make them feel about themselves. Like you're a good person, and that makes me feel inadequate, right? I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds ass backwards, but that what ends up happening sometimes. Remember what they put you through. Yeah, you got to remember that. Absolutely remember. You know, absolutely remember that. Get on the treadmill and run full speed ahead in the opposite direction. Yeah, backpedal, hit the track. You know what I'm saying? Self-love is a huge part of the way right there. Self-love is a huge part of the way. It really, truly is. You know what I mean? 234 days, no contact. You're almost at a year. He still finds a way to get the word to me through others flying monkeys, drive by or email. He's driving by, blowing a horn and shit. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Evolving with Edo. What's going on, girl? Are you in my group? You want to? I knew I saw your profile picture when you was talking last night. I knew I seen your profile picture before somewhere. I've seen that picture before somewhere. Yeah, now I know who you are. Okay, I've seen it before somewhere. I was so clueless until he cheated and I left. Arguments and crazy things happening was not my reality. I just didn't know. He apologized numerous times, then text, but no contact has been my peace. Yep, no contact. The stillness. Find peace in the stillness. Find peace in the stillness. Yeah, I saw that profile picture. I'm like, I know you from somewhere, but then now you popped up in my live. I'm like, oh, yeah, she's in my support groups, my mental health support group. Y'all can look, my support groups, my courses, my communities. Y'all, every single thing is available at mentalhealness.net or courses.mentalhealness.net. Right, you can check out everything there. It looks like this. I just dropped the link in the comment section as well. What if they tell you that they don't trust you at all and make up their own narrative of what you have said to be mad? That's where the gaslighting comes into play, right? They're trying to gaslight you and then making it seem like you're the bad guy. So that keeps you on edge. That keeps you trying to fix something that you didn't break. That keeps you guessing. That keeps you confused, stuff like that. Hold on, y'all. That's what it ends up doing. It keeps you guessing. It keeps you confused. It messes with your head. That's what narcissistic people do. They want to keep you on edge because that benefits them. You being on edge benefits the narcissist. Doesn't mean anybody else, right? Oh, this doesn't have a sorry, that doesn't have a timer. It's gonna stay on the screen. Absolutely protect your peace. You had that right, Lady Thomas. Stillness is key. I ended up taking up martial arts to give this one. Yep, there you go, right there. Find something you like to do. Find something you might not like to do. What I do, I'm gonna show you all what I do for stillness. I sit in here in my office. I turn my phone on do not disturb, or I turn it completely off, and I set my timer right here. I'll set my timer, and I'll hit it, and I'll sit here, meditate like this. I'll set it for like 10, 15 minutes. You can go longer if you can, but that's literally what I do. I take my timer, I set it, and I go. That's literally what this timer is for right here. So I can be still, so I can chill, so I can clear my mind. Absolutely. So I can clear my mind and get that out of my system. He sees them Monday through Friday, pick up, drop off from school to my house as time being spent with them. Am I wrong for feeling like this isn't, and they're still don't take? Yeah, if he's just picking them up from school and stuff like that and drop them off, that's the bare minimum in his mind. So he can't be, he don't want to be considered a deadbeat dad right there. You can't say I'm not involved with my kids. Like, I pick them up from school every day. I pick them up and drop them off every day. What do you do? Huh? There's plenty of fathers out there who don't even do that. There's plenty of fathers out there who don't even know their kids' birthdays. I know it all. How dare you? You see what I'm saying? That's the bare minimum right there. That's not quality time. How much quality time? Unless you're driving 4 hours back and forth, there's no quality time in that car. You know what I mean? That's great stillness. Yeah. That's why I had to practice, y'all. I literally have to clear my mind like that. Um, he gets mad at me for suggesting him going to the park with him during the week or taking him out on weekends. He doesn't ask for them. He lives with roommates and won't take them. Yeah, you see, that's just lazy. That's lazy. That's bare minimum absentee parent stuff. He just lied to me. Now I can see it. Not missing him. I did that this morning. Listen to Iyanla. I know her stuff. I like her show. Iyanla. I keep pronouncing her name wrong. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. No worry. You're welcome. About how actions speak louder than words. Yes, actions actually speak loud. Absolutely, speak louder than words. I know Mr. Nice Guy got me drunk to take advantage of me. Now I feel disgusted. No. I know that. I know that sucks. But yeah, but oh God, I hate that. I really do hate that, y'all. That really is just sucks. Oh, I've seen that already. Oh, welcome to the channel memberships, Chelsea. Welcome. My mom has every single sign of being a grandiose narcissist, might even be malignant. I'm not sure, but I feel like a complete loser because for the last 20 years, I haven't been able to separate myself. Don't feel like a loser. You know, 20 years, if you're only 20 years old, take your time, man. It's very difficult to come to the realization that your parent is toxic and abusive, right? Because there's so many things that run through your mind when that is happening that you sort of question yourself, and rightfully so. There's a lot of questions that go through your mind and whatnot. Don't be hard on yourself. The worst thing you can do right now is to be hard on yourself. Do not beat yourself up. That's what your mama tries to do, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't do that, because that's what takes you out of the game right there. That's what messes with your mind and does a lot of damage. Just be kind to yourself. Kindness helps right there, right? I was with my ex for 6 years. We broke up 4 months ago. He's already married. He's already married to his coworker. How do people just forget what they did? They don't forget. That's how narcissists move on. That's how they deal with stuff. They just try to move on very quickly. So they don't think about it. I do sound baths to regulate nervous. There you go. Overworks. All he does is take our son to school. He's never home on the weekends. He's with his girlfriend. See, that's again another bare minimum. You can't say I'm a deadbeat. You can't say I didn't do nothing for my kid. I'll pick him up and take him home from school. You do it then. You do it. You see? Caregivers give their children what is normal. Yep. Do they ever give up? Sometimes they give up. I wish I could give you a definitive timeline, but I can't, right? Because everybody's going to be different in these situations. I'm 41 and it's been 20 and can't figure out how to overcome the emotional abuse and also get away from her. So that takes time. Make a plan right here, right? Because I don't know the whole in and outs of the dynamic, but you got to make a plan, right? Because making a plan helps you out. You're 41. I'm 40. I'll be 41 in a couple months, right? So it takes a while. Just make a plan. Again, coming to the realization of what you're dealing with, and sometimes not feeling going no contact, whatever you feel like is necessary. That's a lot to process and a lot to deal with right there. As I said, you have to be kind to yourself. You have to take it easy on yourself. Otherwise, this just goes on and on and on. I got a hair stick and I got to clip that off right there. But anyway, y'all, I do have to hop off this thing. I got to pick my son up. I had to go get in the old waiting line for school. Look, I got to go pick up and drop off my son so I can make sure I'm not a deadbeat. Y'all can't call me a deadbeat. I'm gonna pick my son up right now from school. Huh? Who else can they do that? See how crazy that sounds right there? Too much of no contact. Good for you. Keep blocking. Don't worry about the smear campaign, because smear campaigns typically, you know what I'm saying, they don't damage. But anyways, y'all, again, my website is mentalhealness.net. Make sure y'all check out everything Lee Hammock over there. If you want to check out one of my courses and stuff like that, mentalhealness.net, enter the code mothers or fathers for 50% off the course, y'all. If y'all want to take one of my 5-star rated courses, check it out at mentalhealness.net, y'all. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and we will chat later, y'all.